want to lay up with me. A video series where I'm chilling, I'm laying in my bed because I'm depressed, okay? We're very depressed. But I want to make a video. So if you have a problem with it, fuck you. Today I want to talk about Olivia Jade. And I specifically want to talk about Olivia Jade because she's at the beginning of her redemption arc, okay? The shit went down with the college admission scam. You know, she was at USC. I didn't get into USC. I got into UCLA, but I didn't get into USC. And we're bitter. It's so funny to think about because it's like, was Olivia Jade the reason I didn't get into USC? That's the part of the equation that she did not really address on her Red Table Talk. Olivia Jade took someone else's spot. That's just point blank period. Olivia Jade took somebody else's spot who would have earned their place in the university. Her little sister took someone else's spot who would have earned their place in the university. All these rich people, all her rich friends that she said are completely oblivious about what's happening with, poor kids. She's talking about, oh, we just paid a counselor. Since my high school barely even had a counselor. My high school barely even had a counselor. You know what our high school, college guidance counselors did? All they had the resources to literally do is print out your transcript. If you had an official transcript that needed to be sent, my IB counselor was in charge of sending out all of the official transcripts to all of the schools that you applied to. That's the part that I would have loved for there to be a conversation about on this Red Table Talk. And I think that would have been a fruitful use of the time, the 30 minutes that she was talking about how guilty she was and how oblivious she was. What I would have loved to hear is everything that she learned. She touched on it. She said, oh, well, I learned that, I was oblivious to all my privilege. That's what I learned. I learned how much privilege I have. And it's crazy that I have privilege because I really learned how much privilege I have. That was the whole talk. That was the whole fucking talk. If you don't want to watch it, let me just tell you, that's all she fucking says. She says, I understand what white privilege is now. Great. I understand what financial privilege is now. I didn't. Great. But what else did you learn? What outside of yourself? Taking yourself out of the equation, what did you learn? Did you learn how hard it is for people to apply to college? How hard it is, not even just get into college, how hard it is for people to apply to college? I would have loved if she had even just the slightest insight of most high schools don't have college counselors. And the guidance counselors they do have at those high schools are in charge of everything from disciplinary actions to ISS, in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension, everything. Most people don't have guidance counselors for the college application process. So for her to get up in there and say, I just paid a counselor and my parents really thought they were doing the best for me. They thought they were supporting me in the way that you're supposed to. They thought my parents are so loving. My parents are so this or so that. I don't give a fuck about Aunt Becky, bitch. I don't give a fuck about Aunt Becky. Did you really just come on here to talk 30 minutes about how loving your parents are and how good intentions your parents have? I don't give a fuck. And the fact that Granny started the Red Table Talk with that, I really wanted her to really get into it. But she couldn't, because at the end of the table, I peeped. At the end of the talk, I peeped them call Gammy angry, calling her angry and all these other things. And it's one, the fact that she said to her, I don't have the energy. I am exhausted. I don't have the energy to extend any compassion to you right now. We're in a panini, okay? What What part of Panera Bread don't y'all understand? Why did she choose the end of 2020? She really said, it's the end of 2020. Let me get on my redemption arc. That shows me how much she is still in a bubble, okay? Ma'am, Cardi B just got dragged for buying an 88K purse, okay? And you're gonna come up here and say, oh, you know, I don't want this to be some kind of boo-hoo. I am so sad. Like, there's one thing to say that. It's another thing to enact that in the way that you move in the world. You don't want to be the boo-hoo girl. Shut the fuck up and start donating. Shut the fuck up and start donating. You can make your public message, send it, you know, right, have a little press conference, whatever the fuck you want to do. Just say what you want to do. And then do that shit. It was so funny to me when she started talking about her going to these underprivileged kids, their after school program, and they were just so grateful. They were so grateful to have somewhere to go after school. I'm gonna be so mean in this video, I'm sorry. But like, even that tells me the way that she is viewing these issues still. She's like, oh, they're so grateful for the resources. I should be more grateful and understand how blessed I am. And then she said, I don't want to just throw money at the problem. I want to be personally invested in the problem. You know, I want to, like, no, bitch, throw some money at the problem. Those kids that you volunteered with, you're going to tell me you volunteered with a bunch of underprivileged kids and you didn't give them money? Like, I don't know. That shit's just weird to me. That shit's so weird to me. Did you donate to the program? That would have been more meaningful to me. Did you recognize, oh, I had the money and resources to donate to the school, to pay for a guidance counselor, to pose for these pictures? She never, like, all this obliviousness, but she never touched on the fact that she posed for these fucking pictures. The rowing picture, she ain't do no goddamn rowing. She said, oh, I wrote on my application, I did YouTube and beauty. And then when I saw the application, I didn't recognize that. I didn't put rowing on my application. What? But she posed for the rowing picture. Like, something's not adding up, sis. Something is just not adding up. And like, you know, it's quick maths. It's quick maths. Another thing I listen, I can go in when it comes to critiquing rich white people. All right. I have an issue with rich people who will sit there and say, oh, I'm so blessed, I'm so privileged. There's all these people who don't have the privileges I do, but won't open their freaking pocketbooks. That's just that. You recognize you got Aunt Becky money, and you're saying, I don't want to just throw money at the problem. Most of the problem is because your little Aunt Becky's out here hoarding wealth. That is the problem. Please throw money at the problem. Please. Throw money at an organization like Matriculate, who is helping low-income, high-achieving students get guidance counseling. In fact, if she was really trying to do this the right way, if she was trying to, you know, be about it in terms of her redemption arc, the only way people can be happy with that is if you are actively, within this interview, within all of your public appearances, solving the problem, like in the appearance. So like me, you know, I just name dropped. Anyone can go look up Matriculate, a college advising program that is free for low income, high achieving students. Anybody can watch this video and be like, wow, I didn't know about that resource. Let me look it up so that I can take advantage of that. She didn't do none of that. She didn't do any of that in her interview. Baby, if you were about it, you would know these organizations. If you were about it, you would know that USC even has a matriculate chapter, you know? And so it's like, get out of my face with all this self-centered redemption. If you're really trying to redeem yourself, I don't think anybody is beyond redemption. But if you're trying to redeem yourself, baby, you gotta go hard. The richer you are, the harder you gotta go. The more privileged you are, the harder you have to go. Because there are systemic issues that exist because of your wealth, because of your position. Because your family was able to ascertain a certain amount of wealth, ascertain a certain amount of influence, pay a certain amount of money to the right people to get to certain positions. Meanwhile, people who don't have those resources are left out of those positions. That is the issue. That is the core issue. I don't care about your obliviousness, baby. I don't care about it. I really don't. I did not have the privilege of being oblivious about how hard it is to apply to fucking college. I don't care. That's not useful discourse for me. What is useful discourse is if you would have sat up there and said, this is a college organization that is addressing the problems that my existence is sustaining. Here's another one. Here's another one. If you don't know about these resources, get in it, baby. Get in your bag. I donated $5,000 to this organization because they are doing the work that my existence requires. And that's a deep one. Like that's on a level, that's the level that redemption requires. We're talking about redemption arc. Get on it. Get on it. If you want to have your redemption arc, go hard for it. Otherwise, it's not enough. It's just not. Y'all got too much. Y'all got too many options. And all this is optional. So if you really want to be about it, be about it. Otherwise, I know you're not actually about it. It's that simple. We're going to end this video because we're talking about college and your girl is hating it here. It's really hard. Applying to college is really hard. I want to help y'all. I want to help y'all because this is actually praxis. Like not talking about how hard it was to apply, but actually making it easier for other people. Praxis. Talking about my experience is important because I'm not privileged. You see how that works? You see okay. One organization I did take advantage of when I was applying to college is Questbridge. And Questbridge is great because it's a free college application process. There's a certain amount of schools that are partnered with Questbridge. Yale, Harvard, the big Ivy Leagues, they're all partnered with Questbridge, as well as some other schools like Emory, Northwestern, Pomona, Rice University. There's a lot of schools that are partnered with Questbridge, and so Questbridge is great because it allows you to apply to those schools directly in an early decision or regular decision process, whatever your preference is, and it's free. That's the best part about Questbridge is that it's free. They also have a Questbridge junior year program in which they are doing more of the advising, helping you think about what school would be best fit for you. So Questbridge is a great resource. Resource I really wish I would have had when I was applying to college is Matriculate. It existed when I was applying to college. It didn't exist to me. I didn't know about it. But Matriculate is a college advising program in which you're paired with a college student who goes to whatever university. There's a handful of partnered schools with Matriculate, but at each of these schools there's a cohort of college students who are paired with high school students to help them apply to college and to help them through the rest of the college decision process. Your high school student, you would get paired with a college student, and that college student might have 4 or 5 other students that they're working with, and they talk you through, okay, what kind of college are you thinking about? What kind of environment do you think would be a good one for you? What, population? Like, Matriculate gets down to the nitty-gritty because it's such a personal relationship that you're building with someone. It's true college advising. And I worked with Matriculate. I was paired with, I got paired with 4 students. And then one of my students, he just stopped talking to me during the summer. It was super early in the process, but he just stopped talking to me. If you're out there, let me know how you're doing. And then I had 2 girls, and you know, I helped them. We had deep conversations about the college process, the college application process. I gave them my experience with with QuestBridge, and I was just like, yeah, this best fit work, it's really eye-opening to me as someone who is at college, because I didn't even know that I had to do that work in order to be comfortable at the college that I ended up at. And so just doing QuestBridge, while QuestBridge is a great organization and all, I found that my work as a volunteer with Matriculate really made me understand how much of a disadvantage I was at when I was applying to college, and how much work there was to do that I didn't even know existed. And it's hard when you end up at an institution that is not for you, whether it be because, you know, there's no art programs or any number of things. So I highly recommend Matriculate, just from my experience with the students I've advised. I feel like I really gave them valuable information that I didn't have when I was applying to college. So Matriculate's a great resource. Please utilize it. I want every low-income, high-achieving high school student to at least apply to Matriculate. It's a really short application process as well. So yeah, Matriculate, great. Thrive Scholars is something that I recently found out about. My brother got a letter in the mail about. So I guess based on his experience with them, we'll see if it's something that like he would recommend. So yeah, there's Jack Kent Cooke Scholarship, which is a full ride scholarship. It's something that you can take advantage of. I'm not in Jack Kent Cooke, but I know several people who are at Emory through their Jack Kent Cooke scholarship. And oh, by the way, QuestBridge is also great because you can receive scholarships. Like you can receive full ride scholarships to an institution. And even if you don't get a full ride scholarship, you can also receive lots of financial aid through different institutions, especially if you go the regular decision route, like I maybe probably should have. Even as a regular decision candidate who doesn't match with the university, you can still get a significant amount of financial aid, depending on the institution. I'll say that. Some QuestBridge institutions, they want you to take out loans with your scholarship, and it's like, whoa, that's not a scholarship, ma'am. Okay, but with Emory, Emory, talking to other people who are not on full rides, it seems like it's more of a financial aid based kind of thing where they give you a significant amount of financial aid and they don't expect you to take out too many loans. So yeah, I'll link all of these resources below. Olivia Jade, this video is not about you. This video is not about you. This video is about the fact that so often when privileged people want to seek redemption, they focus too much on themselves and not the retribution that needs to happen for their own redemption to be possible. Olivia Jade, your redemption is not possible right now. It just isn't. So what you can do, okay, in the meantime, is do things. And I know you said that your head was in the right place, but baby, I need you to be sharing resources. Every second that you are in the public eye, I need you to be hyping up Matriculate. I need you to be telling people about QuestBridge. These organizations are nonprofits. They don't make any profit on all of the important work that they are doing. Okay? So I'm gonna need you to reach into your pocketbook and make sure that Matriculate stays possible. Make sure that QuestBridge stays possible. Okay? That's what you need to do. I don't want to hear about, oh, I didn't know anything. Okay, you know something now. Reach to that pocketbook and throw money at the problem, please. Please throw money at the problem. Please. Okay. End of the video. If you like this video, share some college application resources with a friend. Yeah. And also like, comment, subscribe, share out all that good stuff. Yeah. Okay, bye.